Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, my students? I hope that you're happy and healthy, and I hope that you are ready for today's lesson, which will be the vocabulary building. So we'll be learning lots of new words today. But before we do that, let's revise what we took previously. If you remember the listening and pronunciation lesson, we learned about how to backpack, what to take, what not to take. Which of these things did you take on your trip if you backpacked before, if you went backpacking before, or what would you take on a backpacking trip if you haven't? Here are some examples of what to take and what not to take. Rain jacket, of course, it's important because if it rained, you have to wear it, like this yellow one in the picture. Expensive boots, we all agreed that this is not important. Toiletries, trash bags to throw in your trash or your dirty clothes. Water bottle, of course, this is important. Bandages, smartphone, sunglasses, box of bandages, tweezers, of course, important to pick up if there's something stuck in your skin. Expensive jewelry, which he didn't recommend to take because they will be lost or maybe stolen. And also the guidebook. So here is the person talking about backpacking before. We ticked what to take and what not to take. What did he say to take? We all remember he said he advised us to take a rain jacket, toiletries, trash bag, the water bottle, the bandages. He didn't advise us to take the smartphone to enjoy nature, of course. Sunglasses, box of bandages. He also advised us not to take a box of bandages, just take 2 or 3. Tweezers, expensive jewelry, as I said before, don't take them, they will be lost. And also a guidebook, of course, which will be included, including a map in there, because if you got lost or anything happened there, you know where you are. Also, we took the compound nouns, if you remember. Words like backpack, water bottle are called compound nouns because they're made of 2 separate nouns. The stress, always remember this. The stress goes on the first part of the compound noun. You say backpack, backpack, water bottle, water bottle. Any compound noun, always, all the time, the stress goes on the first part of the compound noun. For example, the first one, you throw a couple of trash bags in your backpack for dirty laundry. Keep your sunglasses and water bottle in an easily accessible front compartment. Number 3, some people like to bring notebook, etc. Here's some exercise here in workbook, page 105. Write sentences using the adverbs of degree. It's always good to take some exercises from the workbook here, just to refresh our memory of the previous lessons that we have taken before. Again, write sentences using the adverbs of degree. For example, the first one, nearly, we are nearly at the hotel. It's only a few minutes away. Write sentences using these adverbs of degree. The word nearly, the first one is already done for you. We are nearly at the hotel. It's only a few minutes ago. What about the word so? The word so. Can you give me a sentence using the word so, the adverb so? Any sentence, any example will do. Okay, that's correct. But I said it's too hot. It's so hot in here. Do you have a fan? It's so hot in here. Do you have a fan? I want to cool down. I want a fan. I want to cool down. So, so is an intensifier here. It's so hot. It's very hot. I want to cool down a little bit. It's so hot in here. Do you have a fan? Number 2, it's almost like so, the word very. It's also an intensifier. Very. Very good. This is an example here. I'm very tired. I want to go to bed now. I'm very tired. I want to go to bed now. What about the word absolutely? Absolutely. Excellent. But let's see what I wrote here. I'm absolutely sure. I have no question about it. When you are sure about something, you say, yes, I'm absolutely sure. I have no questions about it. Don't ask me about it anymore. I'm absolutely sure. I'm 100% sure about this matter. Enough. If you remember the adverb enough, does it go before the adjective or after the adjective? Pay attention to that. Yes, excellent, very good. There isn't enough tea, I will make more. There isn't enough tea, I will make more. There isn't enough tea. It comes after the verb here. There isn't enough tea, I will make more. Barely, what about the adverb barely here? Barely. Barely, it's almost the same as almost. Yes, that's correct. There's barely anybody here, only 3 people. For example, your friend is having a gathering in his house. He expected 10 to 15 people. He said, there's barely anybody here. It's almost like there's no one. Only 3 people. So barely means almost. There's barely anybody here, only 3 people. The word completely. Completely. Completely, it's the opposite of barely. Yes, very good. That's an excellent example. I'm completely out of coffee. I don't have any more. I'm completely out of coffee. There's no coffee in my house. I'm completely out of coffee. I don't have any more. The second exercise here, rewrite each sentence to include the sentence adverb. So now we'll be taking the sentence adverb. Rewrite each sentence. So we'll be writing the sentences again using the adverb. The first one is already done. I don't know what you're talking about, and the adverb honestly. You say, honestly, I don't know what you're talking about. And remember, the sentence adverbs are related to the speaker and his attitude. Honestly. When you begin a sentence with honestly, this is you giving your honest opinion, your true opinion. Honestly, I don't know what you're talking about. She is sleeping right now. Probably. Probably. You're not sure. Probably. Maybe. Yes, very good. She is probably sleeping right now. She is probably sleeping right now. They didn't like the hotel. Admittedly. They didn't like the hotel, and the adverb admittedly. So, yes, admittedly, they didn't like the hotel. From the verb admit, when you admit something, it means that you say the truth about something. You say, yes, I admit. I'm saying the truth now. Admittedly, they didn't like the hotel. It's like saying, to be honest, no, they didn't like the hotel. We missed the beginning. Actually, they missed the beginning. We missed the beginning, actually. Yes, that's correct. We actually missed the beginning. So actually is used stating a fact. In fact, actually, we actually missed the beginning. They have tried to call by now. They have tried to call by now. And the adverb here is undoubtedly. They have tried to call by now. And the adverb undoubtedly. So, yes, they have undoubtedly tried to call by now. It means without a doubt. I'm sure that they did this. They have undoubtedly tried to call by now. When you say undoubtedly, it means that you have no doubts about this matter. You are 100% sure that it happened. Bob is avoiding me, evidently. Yes, evidently, Bob is avoiding me. Evidently, it means you have evidence on this matter. You are sure about it. Everything is clear. It's very obvious to all of us. So, evidently, Bob is avoiding me. Last one, you'll be staying with us naturally. Naturally. Yes, that's correct. Naturally, you'll be staying with us. Naturally, you'll be staying with us. Next exercise here, G. Match the sentence adverbs with their meanings. So this is just a match exercise. It's very easy. We match the adverbs with their meanings. We have 8 adverbs: clearly, undoubtedly, presumably, probably, unfortunately, actually, officially, and frankly. And we have these meanings here. So let's begin with number one, clearly. Which definition here suits or fits the adverb clearly? So number one, clearly, goes with which definition here? Very good, with F. Obviously. When you say clearly, it means obviously, something that's very clear, very obvious. All of us can see it. So this is number one. Clearly means obviously. Number two, undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. So number two, just the word I explained it before. Yes, very good. Number C, for sure, without a question, certainly. Just as I told you before, you say undoubtedly when you are 100% sure of something that happened. For sure, without a question, or certainly. Undoubtedly, you say when you are sure, you have no doubts about this matter. Presumably. Presumably, number three, presumably. Yes, very good. It goes with the letter G. It would seem, I imagine, or may you say, I assume. Presume, it means assume. I imagine, it would seem. Number four, probably. Very good. It's A. Most likely, maybe. So probably is like maybe. You're not sure, but maybe. Number five, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Very good. It goes with the letter H. Unlikely. Unfortunately or unlikely. It means that unluckily, it means that something maybe bad happened to you. Unfortunately, unluckily. It means the luck now is against you. The fortunes are against you. So when you say unfortunately or unluckily, this is something bad that had happened. Number six, actually. Actually, very good. It goes with the letter E. In fact, in reality. What about seven? Seven here, officially. Yes, very good. Officially means formally. When something is official, it means that it's now formal. Officially, formally. Number eight, frankly, goes with the last letter. Yes, very good, with the letter D. Truthfully. When you say frankly, it means that now you're telling the truth, your honest opinion. It's like when you say being honest or honestly. Frankly means honestly. So this is another exercise in page 106 from the workbook. Read about youth hostels, then write a paragraph about them. Use adverbs of degree and sentence adverbs. So these are some pointers about the hostels. Let's read them and try to write just a paragraph about these hostels using what we learned before from the sentence adverbs and the adverbs of degree. The first one, youth hostels are located all over the world. They are popular with young people, but you don't have to be young to stay at one. They often have very rustic accommodations like cabins. People staying there often have meals with people they don't know. You have meals with people that don't know. It's a good thing. The bathroom is often shared and located in the hallway. Last one, the prices are usually cheap. And this is the most important part. That's why it's famous with young people, because it's cheap. And also because you eat with many people that you don't know. You can meet other people. You can greet them. You get to know them. You mix with them. So these are the points here. We'll try to write a paragraph about the hostels from the information that we have just learned. So you can pause the video now and write a paragraph of your own, and I will show you the paragraph that I wrote. So this is the paragraph that I wrote using the adverbs sentence and the adverbs of degree. Youth hostels are undoubtedly the most popular places to stay for young people who are traveling. Probably the reason they are so popular is that in many cities they are clearly the cheapest option. Of course, cheaper, much cheaper than hotels. Youth hostels allow travelers to stretch their budget and travel to more places. Admittedly, youth hostels are often not as luxurious and traditional hotels. But frankly, I don't think that most travelers mind. They are usually happy enough just to be visiting new places and seeing new things. So this is the paragraph that I wrote. So let's jump to today's lesson, the vocabulary building. Today's objective is to match words with their meanings. So we have new words today, and we will be matching them with their meanings. You will see these words in the reading on page 40 and 41. The next reading lesson, we'll be seeing these words. Match the words with their meanings. We have pristine, preserve, conservation, incentive, deforestation, characteristics, remote, reduction, and lush. So we'll be linking them with their meanings. But before we do that, let's see where these words come up in the article. The first one, picture yourself relaxing in a pristine beach in Belize. Number two, the word preserve. You're also helping to preserve the environment. So preserve might be related to the environment. Conservation, water conservation. So it might be related to water or many other things. Incentive, it provides an economic incentive to preserve the environment. Deforestation, Costa Rica had the highest rate of deforestation in all of Latin America. Deforestation. Characteristics, these are some of its characteristics. Maybe it's a list. We will see. Remote, it involves travel to natural, often remote destinations. So now we know it's almost like an adjective. It's an adjective, remote destination. Reduction, there has been a dramatic reduction in deforestation. Last one, lush. We saw beautiful beaches, lush rainforest, and exotic wildlife. So these are the words and their places in the article. Now let's try to match them with their correct meanings. Try to guess. If you don't know, just try to guess from the context that we saw earlier. Number one, pristine. Beaches, yes, very good. It goes to the number I. Not spoiled, not spoiled, not touched. No one has been there. So pristine, not spoiled, not spoiled. Preserve, number two. Try to guess. Okay, let's see if you are correct. It goes with the letter F. To preserve something is to keep it safe from injury, harm, or destruction. To preserve is to protect or try to save something. This is a preserve, to keep something safe. Conservation. Conservation. Try to guess. Okay, let's see if it's correct. It goes with the letter E. Careful protection of something. Conservation, to protect something, to careful protection of something. It's almost like preserve. Conservation and preserve, they almost have the same meaning. What about incentive? Incentive, very good. It goes with the letter C. Something that causes a person to act. Something that makes you want to act, want to do something. Something that encourages you to do something. This is the adjective here, incentive. Deforestation. Deforestation. From the word forest here, you can see it. Deforestation. Yes, very good. It's A. The action of cutting down trees to clear forests. So if there's a forest and there was an act of cutting trees in the forest, and by the end there will be no more forest, this is deforestation, to remove the forest. Number six. Number six, very good. It goes with B. Distinguishing traits or qualities. Characteristics is qualities or traits. Number seven, the word remote. Remote, yes, very good. It goes with the letter H. Geographically isolated. Geographically, the location meaning. Isolated, it's not near anything else. That's the word remote. What about the word reduction? Very good. It goes to the letter G. Lessening or diminishing. Lessening or diminishing. So to reduce something is to make it less. lesser and lesser. So lessening or diminishing. And finally, the word lush, what does it mean? It goes with the letter D, abundantly green or fertile. Abundantly green or fertile. Then another part of this exercise, check your answer with partner. If you don't understand the meaning of a word, look it up in a dictionary. So if you ever don't know the meaning of a word, always use your dictionary to look it up. And with that, we reach the end of the lesson. Thank you for listening. See you next lesson, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم.